Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson. We are going to talk about word problems today, especially involving spheres. Now there's going to be some other problems that don't have spheres, but we're going to start off with spheres and then identifying if the problem is asking for us to find the volume or if the problem is asking for us to find the surface area. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap of what the difference between the two. So remember, volume is a space inside of an object, and the surface area is the total area or the space on the outside of a 3D figure. Okay, so for example, if we were talking about leather needed to make the basketball, that's on the outside. That would be surface area. And if we're talking about the air inside of the ball, inside versus the first one, which was on the outside, inside means volume. All right, so I have about 4 examples on this next slide. See if you can identify if it's volume or surface area on these 4. So the string needed to make that light, the water needed for the magic 8-ball, glitter that will fill the ornament, and then wood needed for that tree house. Go ahead and pause now and make your decisions. All right, let's see how you did. The string for this light, that string is on the outside, and that means that it is surface area. Okay, water for the magic 8-ball, that is on the inside. That means it is volume. Okay, glitter needed to fill. We're going to put the glitter on the inside, and that means volume. And then the wood needed to make that tree house. That wood is on the outside. Outside means surface area. The reason why we did this is sometimes when you're given a word problem, it's not going to tell you to find the volume or the surface area. You just have to be able to identify that. All right, so let's do one problem with that kind of involved. It says you're creating a small model of our planet. You want the diameter to be 30 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that on our Earth up here, so 30 inches. How much paint will you need to cover the model? So cover, paint, we are talking about the outside. Outside means surface area. All right, so we're going to use that formula that we learned from yesterday, 4 pi r squared. The only thing we really need is the radius. So in this case, our radius is half of the diameter. So our radius is going to be 15. So surface area equals 4 times pi times 15 times another 15. Now, typically when we're doing word problems, we don't usually leave our answer in terms of pi. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply all of this out. We're going to do in my calculator 4 times 15 times 15, and I'm also going to multiply it by pi, which gives us a surface area of about, I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth, 2,827.4 inches squared. All right, it says you want to make sure your model is accurate, and about 70% of Earth's surface is water. How much of your model needs to be water? Okay, so this is our whole surface area, and we need 70% of that. Of is our keyword that identifies what operation we need to do. Of means to multiply. So in this case, we're going to do 2,827.4 times 70%. Or in your calculator, we change 70% to a decimal, which is 0.7 or 0.70. Some people write it either way is fine. And I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that is on our calculator. So 2,827.4 times 0.7. So about 1,979.2 inches squared would need to be water. All right, let's try one more problem here. Now this is going to involve other shapes. Okay, we have the diameter of a cone-shaped paper cup. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw our two cones here. So the diameter of a cone-shaped paper cup is 8 centimeters. So I've got a cone. I've got the diameter, goes all the way through, and they said that that is 8 centimeters. It says the height is 10 centimeters. So straight up and down, the height is 10 centimeters. Okay, we've got our second cone. So I'm going to draw another cone here. This time we're given the radius is 3 centimeters. Okay, so radius is from center to outside. That is 3 centimeters. And we're given the height, which is 11 centimeters. Okay, so we've got our two cones. I want you to go ahead and pause here and answer A. So answer A, or sorry, question A. Which cup do you predict will hold more water? And why do you think that? So just kind of pause now, take a guess, and try to explain why you guessed that. All right, now that you've made your guess, let's actually find the volume of each of these. How much water can each one hold? So this goes back to our formulas for cones, which is 1/3 pi r squared h. So I'm going to do this for both cones. 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, on the first cone, our radius was not given, but they did give us our diameter. Our diameter was 8, so we have to take that and divide it by 2 to get our radius, which was 4. So we're going to have 4 times 4, and our height is 10. All right, let's go ahead and finish that problem. You can, I'm just going to estimate it to the nearest tenth, but you could also put it in terms of pi as long as they're both the same. So you can make them both in terms of pi, or you can make them both to the nearest tenth. Generally in word problems, I like to go ahead and make it to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 3 times 4 times 4 times 10, and then don't forget I'm going to put times pi. So this can hold about 167.6 because it was 5.5 centimeters cubed. All right, let's try the other one. We were given the radius, which was 3, so we're going to do 3 times 3, and the height was a little bit bigger, so we're going to multiply it by the height of 11, and let's go ahead and multiply that out. So 1 divided by 3 times 3 times 3 times 11 times pi gives us 103.7 centimeters cubed. So which cup holds more? Our answer would be is that the first cup holds more. And that is it, because it doesn't ask how much more. It just says to find the volume to the nearest tenth, which we've already done. And it asks which cup holds more, which we've already done. So that's it for that problem, and that's also it for our notes. There is homework tonight and an answer key that goes along with it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.